What's up guys, Nicholas Koleskiman here in Manila, Philippines. In this video I want to talk about how the job processes are here in the Philippines. Now since I just recently got my resident visa, it was approved first week of June, I've been looking at some jobs and I went to an interview yesterday. The interview consisted of obviously waking up early and going there and bullshit. But anyway, so I go there, we check in, I do some computer tests. We check in, then they make us wait like 2 hours. Then we go to a computer exam. Then we do all these tests on the computer. That took about an hour and a half. Then after which they told us wait in the lobby. Then we'll call your name. So I'm waiting. An hour passes by. Another 30 minutes. Then another 30 minutes. So a total time of 2 hours. Then I was just like, dude, like what the fuck? Like this is bullshit. Like I'm obviously saying that in my head. So I was just like, you know what, fuck this. Then I just walked out. I gave the security the little ID that they gave me, and I just went home. Then the recruiter messaged me when I got home later on in the night. She was like, oh yeah, like I told you, it was going to be a 7 or 8 hour process. Now, about these 7 or 8 hour processes it takes to get hired here in the Philippines, it is the stupidest shit ever. Like, it wastes so much time. Most of the time, like, oh my, I just don't get, like, how companies here could ask someone to apply, then make them wait 7 hours to do a process. Like, in America, now I know this obviously isn't America, and I shouldn't compare it to that, but in America, in 7 or 8 hours, I could go job hunting and pass out my resumes and fill out applications to like 12 different companies and get like two offers in one day. But anyways, yeah. So here you gotta waste 8 hours to maybe get one offer. So then I go back today because the recruiter talked me into going. She said just be patient. It'll just be long just for today. It's a 1 day process. Like you're skilled for this job, for this opportunity. So she talked me into going back today, basically. So I go back today. I sign in. The receptionist calls me up. Then she was like, "Oh, why did you leave yesterday?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know the processing and all that stuff. I thought you guys were gonna call me on the phone and schedule an interview. You know, like any civilized country would." Anyways, I'd hate to say, just a side point, the Philippines is, I love the Philippines. Like, it's my favorite country outside of America, obviously, because I live here. But the worst part of the Philippines, in my eyes, is trying to get a job. Like, I could get one, I just don't want to wait 8 hours. But anyways, so the receptionist is saying, "Oh, why did you leave yesterday?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm new to looking for jobs. I'm just not used to the processes." She was like, okay, no problem, sir. Have a seat and we'll call you up in a little bit." So she told me to have a seat. Then I literally waited for 3 hours. For 3 hours for the initial interview. Then I had the initial interview, of which was only 7 to 10 minutes long. Then they were like, "Okay, go wait in the lobby." So I waited in the lobby another 20 minutes. Then now Hazel was already off work and she was waiting outside the building. And then so she called, the lady who gave me the initial interview called me up to the reception area or some shit. Then she was just like, "Okay, can you come back Tuesday? It seems like none of the managers are in the building anymore, and we need you to come back Tuesday to maybe try some mock calls. Then for final interview." Then I was like, "What do you mean come back Tuesday?" Then when I said that, all of the applicants that were in the lobby just like stared and looked at me. They're just like, "Well, what?" Then I was like, "What do you mean come back Tuesday?" And she was just like, "Well, the managers aren't here right now, so we actually couldn't hire you today if we wanted to." Then I was just like, "Well, you guys had me wait for 3 hours for a 10-minute interview. Then now you guys are telling me to come back Tuesday?" She was like, "Yeah." Then I was like, "Okay, see you Tuesday." Then I just give my ID to the fucking security. Then I just walked out. I was like, "Man, my wife is so pissed." Like, she's already kind of used to this, but in the companies that she applies to, that she have applied to before, like Converges, Alabang, like basically any other company. Oh, this is Telstra, by the way, Telstra right in MOA. Uh, Hazel said that all the other companies that she's applied to, they'll at least give them a time frame. Like, okay, you'll have your initial interview in about an hour and a half or in about 2 hours. So then, if you want to go eat breakfast, you could leave, go eat breakfast. So then they'll call your name. But here, they just told me when I got there, sit down, we'll call you in a little bit. And then 3 hours later, I have a 10-minute interview. And then tell me to come back Tuesday. So yeah, I'll see you guys Tuesday. Not. But anyways, yeah, this is my little rant. I'm pretty pissed off. I'm just gonna go to some other companies, but I'm not even gonna go there. If they call me on the phone, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was really meaning to come back, but I don't know. Maybe I will go back, but yep. So that's my rant. That's one of the worst things I've experienced here in the Philippines. Waiting 3 hours for a 10-minute interview. But anyways, I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me, and I'm glad I got that rant out because now I could enjoy the rest of my day. But anyways, peace out, guys. Now I hope you guys enjoy this content, of which you probably didn't. So if you did, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.